Hey, hey, my magical friends. Welcome to another Witchful Ways podcast episode. I am Annika, offering you the insight, guidance, tools, and an amazing membership to allow you to live a magical life every single day. So we have hit spring. It's been a couple of weeks since I've had a podcast episode. As you might be able to hear, we have been battling head colds through our house. We did test. It's not the Rona, but it still sucks nonetheless. So we have made it through the full moon of March, which was very close. It was on the 18th in my area, very close to the vernal equinox, spring equinox in my area. Also, if you are Wiccan, you may have celebrated it as Ostara. And hopefully, if you're on my email list, you got the spring equinox Ostara guide because it had a lot of great things to do. So what's the energy of March, right? Like, we're still working on those energies, and it's all about new beginnings, planting the seeds of what you want to come to fruition for you in the upcoming season, right? So one of my most favorite things to do is to take a little bit of self-time and actually plan out what it is that I want to work on. What is it that I want to bring into fruition? One of the things for me was finally settling on a new website hosting place, right? Like, I had 4 different ones going with different links intertwining each other, and because not everything takes care of all of your needs, right? I have physical products, I have services, I have courses, and all of those required different setups. I have finally found my groove, let's say. So one of my biggest things for spring was to finalize that changeover, which I did. So if you go to witchfulways.com, you'll see the newest website, the one that will remain, and it will, of course, link over to the courses, which is actually hosted on a different website, but I digress. So that was something that I wanted to get done, and I got it done. So now it's moving into what's the next phase, right? So what I like to do, before I got sidetracked, what I like to do is to take a little bit of time and make a ritual for myself, right? A time ritual for myself where I can sit down and think of those things. What is it that I need to be doing? What do I need to be tweaking? What do I need to be working on? What is something new that I want to bring in? Which means that I usually am going to have to leave behind something I've done before, right? Because we have to have that balance. If you try and do too many things, put your focus and energy into too many things, when you're focusing on one thing, energy has to be drawn from somewhere else. So you can't do it all. We can't do it all, right? When we put something new into that metaphorical closet, we have to pull some other stuff out so we can fit the new stuff in. So change is something that's inevitable. Change is something that is natural and is going to happen no matter what path you're on, whether it's finances, personal, business, whatever it is. Everything morphs and changes as time goes along. So now is the time to figure out, what is this next tweak? What is this next morph for myself? Is there something that I need to be doing or letting go of? Because it is, again, spring equinox in my area, or just past spring equinox, it's time to plant seeds. Literally, right? Metaphorically and literally, it's time to plant seeds. So I use clover because I personally love clover and dandelions as my grass. My neighbors hate me, but I don't care because I utilize both of those in my magical workings, and I just prefer the look and feel of it better. So my lawn is not traditional grass. It is being taken over, which I started about 10 years ago. So it's being taken over by dandelions and clover. So every year I will replant or scatter some clover seeds. One, because to me, clover represents luck, prosperity, and abundance. And it's also very hardy, right? It doesn't die down to brown in the winter months, the cold months around here. It stays green all year round. So to me, it's very hardy. So I like those attributes of it. So I'm going to connect that to my magical working. not only am I surrounding my house with that energy because my grass surrounds my house, right? My front and back lawns, but I'm also giving that energy to myself and anyone else that steps onto my lawn, right? They get imbued with that energy. So every year I throw some more out. Because you always have dieback or the, animals ate some or whatever of the clover. So take the time, figure out what it is, imbue that energy into the seeds that you're planting, whether it be clover, whether they be marigold seeds, whether they be wildflowers, whether it's your vegetable garden, whatever it is, right, that you have to plant seeds for. Imbue those seeds with the energies of what it is that you want to bring into fruition. And then as you see the plants begin to grow and flourish, you'll feel that energy back to you as well. So that's what I like to do for spring equinox. I have also this year, which I found amazingly fun, is that they make, or you can make your own seed paper. We got ones that were hearts and butterflies, and you can write on them, and then you can go ahead and just plant them right into the ground or into a pot of dirt or whatever, and the seeds will sprout right from the piece of paper. So that makes it an amazingly easy and magical way to work into your rituals as well, to be able to plant your intentions or your intentional seeds of prosperity. So again, thank you for listening to another Witchful Ways podcast episode. Go check out the witchfulways.com new website while you're there. If you haven't already, make sure that you grab the free cleansing guide that is on there because, of course, we're coming into spring. That means spring cleaning. This is one of the 2 times per year that I do an entire house clean. I do them on the vernal equinoxes. Do a whole house cleansing, and you want to make sure that you are doing all the steps, because if you skip over that last step, which a lot of people do, your energy is not going to stay clear for you. It's just going to fill back in with all the gunk. So go over there, check it out. Have a wonderfully magical rest of your day.